Well, here I go. I got the car all packed up. Big bags, helmets, day pack. It's April 19th. There's snow here in Wells. And I'm going to a 7-hectare fire in the Cariboo. Let's go. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Wow. I'll watch the video later.
Feel the heat. I need more legs, I need water.
They ain't dry mopping this. Get out of here, you dirty old bear. So this is how my 2024 wildfire season started. I'm just sitting here one Friday afternoon, the phone rings and it's boss. He says, hey, we got a standby for a 5-day down there in Williams Lake. I said, well, I gotta watch my kids this week actually, and they're in Williams Lake. That could work, why not? Hey, but then 2 hours later he calls back and says, cancel that standby. We're gonna go to a fire down somewhere out there. I said, well, okay, well, it's only a 1 or 2 day fire. I can kind of juggle that. But we get out there, we get working, and the weather starts doing what it does, and then suddenly I realize later that day, we're not getting out of this that quickly. If you follow this road up past the Gang Ranch, you will come to Farwell Canyon, actually. Like there'll be a left turn that can take you towards Silhouette across the bridge here somewhere. Then there's a right turn that goes to the Gang Ranch. If you take that and go past the actual ranch bunkhouse, you'll come out at Farwell Canyon eventually.
Quick little burn on the inside of the fire just to take out a pocket of green in there to make mop up go a little bit quicker. My guys right now are...
On this hill, my 2024 fire season began. April 20th, which is weeks before the earliest I've ever been out. Literally weeks. Last year, I think it was May 7th, 8th, or 9th, something like that. Much later in the year. The relative humidity is super low today. And it's windy. Things are very dry. People are making fun of the fire restrictions in the Cariboo. And come look at this and tell me if you're smarter than the people who are making the rules. Because obviously they're making the rules for a reason. A match falls in this stuff in this condition, she's gonna run around. As you can see here, there's not a whole lot of fuel. Very windy today though, so this grass, you know, things do flash over in this grass pretty quick. It's got some burning cow shit here, it looks like. Things do flash over in this grass pretty quick, so I don't think we'll be many days here. Making sure, just a good excuse to get our feet into the work and start a year and see some beautiful scenery and see our friends. It's good to be back with everyone. So 21 RH, 15 Celsius. Wind's gusting up. Haven't had a good catch of the wind to really get a feel for it. I probably need to oil my spinner again to get a proper wind reading. Shifting from all over, but this gives you a really good idea of why, even though it's April 20th, fire behavior is possible today. If that RH comes down to 15%, then we're at that crossover phase basically, and we're talking about burning, really able to burn. Just had a really nice talk at lunchtime. It's kind of a heavy hitter crew here, at least, you know, Josh and Heather and I are a long time with the company. Josh grew up with Kenny, and Heather was stepmom to Blaine, our guys who died in the accident last year. I had a nice talk on the phone last night with Kenny, not on the phone, but on Facebook with Kenny's wife, just saying how getting out here for the first day kind of changes the page for us, turns the corner, start a new season, kind of put last year behind us. But I said for her, she doesn't really have that, you know. For me, getting out here, starting a new season means it kind of, that's last year now, you know. I guess what I'm saying is, there's some emotion about being back out today. It feels good, even though it's not a very crazy fire and there's not much happening. The unit crew that we relieved, they went to go on standby, and I think they've already been sent to another fire. So if we get this done tomorrow, there's a chance we got work still ahead. He's already booked off. Yeah. That's what got me confused too. I turned around, he was gone. That must have been where he was getting the water from, eh? The world famous Gang Ranch. We saved all this. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it'd be cool to experience this one.
I would love to be born a new life and work here. I'd be just happy with that. Cowboying around. The bunkhouse is crazy too. Look at it, eh? It's like a mansion. One of my favorite things about working wildfires is how you get to see so many different parts of British Columbia. I mean, there was snow on the ground when I left Wells for that trip, man. So I was more than ready to get out. I mean, I love living in the mountains. It's great. But the winters take a long time to end. It's cold nights, things kind of thaw and freeze and melt and thaw and then freeze some more. And it just takes forever for winter to be over. There's still ice on the lake right now in the middle of May. That's what happens here in Wells, British Columbia. So I was just so happy to get out and away and see some different country. You know, it's a break from the things I see every day going out to the gang ranch. And it's like that all the time. Working all over the parts of British Columbia most people never see. So if you want to have a job where you get to really experience British Columbia as it is, wildfire fighting is something maybe you ought to consider. That's a really low river, man. Look at that. Well, yeah, because you see where that cement pillar sits. That's where the water should generally be, and you know, in the June at least. That's what drought looks like right there. The sandbars even, like a beach up top. Us contract firefighters, we don't always know what's going on. I mean, that's not generally our job. Our job is to follow whatever command we're told, whatever objective we have, whatever mission is. That's all our focus is on, is just doing that one small part. So we don't always have the bigger picture when we got our noses in the dirt. Suddenly, I'm way down the line. I have no clue what's going on. I'm sniffing the ground for smoke. And suddenly I'm hearing there may be a fire somewhere else, something or other, you know, maybe there's a couple fires. I think they're pulling the pumps out. I think the red shirts have already left to go to Williams Lake. Okay, well, we have no clue what's going on. So we get driving and we're heading down across, go across the Fraser River, come up through Alkali, and then from Alkali, we can suddenly see this giant column. And I'm thinking, what is going on, man? Like that's crazy for April to be seeing something like that. And it was really kicking up a lot of smoke, kicking up a lot of, you know, an alarming visible column that everybody in the Cariboo could pretty much see. There was a fire happening.
They said,
But I mean, it depends on what kind of houses are there.
Fire's 64, Caribou 64. When he's leaving, he said, go to fire center and they're gonna decide if they want to throw us on night shift or have us ready and very suited and booted for the morning.
Okay. Don't you dare take pictures of me!